Hi guys, Monday Night Mystery here. Today, I'm gonna explain a 2019 American science fiction and action movie called Gemini Man. Spoilers ahead. Watch out and take care. If you have any recommendations or want particular video, please let me know in comment box below. The movie begins with a professional sniper named Henry Brogan, who is hiding out in the field in Belgium and is preparing everything before pulling the trigger to kill a suspected terrorist Valery Dormoff, who is enjoying his time on a moving train. He is helped by a fellow DIA agent, Marino, who keeps informing Henry about the current situation on the train. When he is ready, suddenly a girl comes to Dormoff, preventing him from releasing the bullet. After she is out of sight, Henry immediately shoots and it seems like the bullet hit the target just before the train runs into the tunnel. After the event, Marino tells him that he was impressed with the shot as it perfectly strikes the target in the neck. He even records the incident with his phone, which Henry immediately orders him to delete. After the assassination, Henry feels remorse and decides to retire from the risky job as it keeps haunting him before sleep. Not long after, he is visited by Del Patterson. He tells him about how one wrong move could have ended the innocent girl's life and expresses his retirement plan to him, hoping that he will gain some peace for not killing a person again. He then rents a boat where he meets Danny, an agent who disguises as an administrator. He uses the boat to catch up with Jack, who later reveals that Dormoff was not a terrorist, but a molecular biologist. Turns out the file Henry read about him was being spiked, so he demands to speak with Jack's informant, Yuri, to clarify everything. Meanwhile, the encounter and the whole conversation is bugged by DIA director Janet Lasseter and Gemini CEO Clay Varis. Realizing that Henry might be knowing classified information, Clay teams up with Lasseter to eliminate the sniper as they are afraid that he will be a threat. Back to Henry, he feels something strange at the boat and finds a wire plug there. He immediately confronts Danny and suspects her of being DIA spy. She denies the accusation as she manages to answer his questions smoothly. Henry feels guilty and apologizes, then he invites her for dinner. Henry eventually finds out Danny's real identity, who turns out to be one of DIA's agents. She is surprised and admits that she is DIA. After the dinner, they split up as Danny says that it might be their last encounter. Later that night, Jack's boat is invaded by Lasseter's henchman, who kills Jack and his girlfriend. Soon after, Henry wakes up from his sleep, realizing that someone sneaks into his house. He immediately warns Marino to flee from his house, but it is too late as he hears him getting killed over the phone. He equips himself and heads over to Danny's place. He concludes that she is not involved in the operation, thus she might also be in danger now. Danny goes to the harbor to find a boat where she is attacked by a mercenary. However, she can't be underestimated as she manages to defeat the man while acquiring the information about his sender. Not long after, Henry arrives at the harbor where Danny reveals to him that Lasseter sent the killers. They decide to work together and escape from there with the stolen boat. The next day, Henry is still clueless about what is happening while waiting to be picked up by Baron, Henry's old friend. Meanwhile, Clay is disappointed with Lasseter's men's performance, so he tells her that Gemini will handle the sniper from now on. Henry calls Del, who reveals that Gemini and Lasseter are the perpetrator and he has no authority to stop his superior. Turns out that Dormoff used to be one of Gemini's researchers and killing him indirectly forces Clay to make a move. Danny tells Henry that Gemini is a privatized paramilitary specialized in kidnapping and torturing specific target owned by Clay Varis, who turns out was Henry's ex-superior and tried to hire him and Baron to join Gemini, but rejected by them. The trio then travel to Colombia temporarily, where the sniper tells them that he had history with Clay. The next morning, Henry wakes up and spots another sniper sneaking across the adjacent rooftop. He lures the sniper away, so that Danny and Baron can escape safely. After exchanging some shots, he soon realizes that the foe, or called Junior, looks exactly like him, but younger. Surprisingly, Junior also possesses the same skills as Henry, acting like he is his doppelganger. Because of that, Henry struggles to defeat him. Henry tries to escape with the stolen motorbike, but Junior keeps chasing him from behind, also with a stolen motorbike. After a long chase, Junior hits Henry and he falls off the bike. Just before Junior attempts to kill him, the local police arrive and arrest Henry, while Junior manages to escape. Thanks to Danny, she releases him not long after the incident. Henry and the team travel to Budapest to meet Yuri, Del's informant, to get more information about the current situation. On their way, Danny also notices Junior's similarity with Henry, but he refuses to believe that he is his kid or whatsoever it is. On the other side, Junior returns to Clay's house to treat his wound. The kid is impressed with Henry's skill, but he still doesn't realize their similarity, especially the face. Clay tries to calm him down, making him feel like Clay's beloved son. Afterwards, the CEO shows Junior Gemini's mercenaries training session and then sends him to Budapest to continue his mission. Upon arrival, Danny meets her connection, Aniko, and gives her the samples of Junior to do a DNA test. She later informs the other that Junior is indeed Henry's clone since both of them have identical DNA. This fact leaves Henry bewildered. The trio meet Yuri at his place where he reveals that Dormoff worked on Gemini's cloning project. And it is revealed that Henry took part in the experiment. Yuri adds that Henry was sent to kill Dormoff because he made a breakthrough, but Clay and Dormoff had a dissent as Clay wanted a clone soldier without conscience and pain. Thus Dormoff walked out from the project. They then proceed to the next plan. Henry sends a messenger to blackmail Lassiter, who reads her everyday routine that makes her terrified. Afterwards, he calls Lassiter and negotiates with her, telling her to bring Junior to him in exchange for Danny's safety. They agree with the terms and Lassiter immediately arranges the meeting. That night, Junior meets Danny alone in the garden, where he examines her to ensure she is not wearing a wire. He breaks the agreement, then takes her to a tunnel while ordering Henry to meet him there if he wants Danny to survive. Upon arrival, Junior sets a grenade trap on the entrance. Henry breaks in and manages to avoid the grenade trap. He gets Junior cornered and frees Danny. He feels the connection with Junior and refuses to kill him, but will do it if necessary. He reveals to the kid about who Clay really is, as well as Junior's real identity since they share the same allergies to bees, habits, and the empty feelings of not killing someone. Junior still doesn't believe him. So Henry is forced to reveal the real truth. He tells Junior that Clay took his blood 25 years ago and used it to create Junior to replace Henry as he is getting old. The kid starts to hesitate, but still doesn't want to accept the truth. They then fight again, but Henry prohibits Danny from shooting Junior. The kid almost kills Henry before Danny intervenes. Junior escapes while the trio immediately head over to Georgia to confront Clay. Junior returns to Gemini headquarters and forces Clay to tell him the truth. He does tell him, revealing that it was a necessary lie to him to grow stronger. As expected, he also gives him sweet words such as Daddy cares and loves his son a lot. As soon as the trio arrive at Georgia, Junior appears and poisons Henry with bee venom, which he is allergic to, but later neutralizes him with EpiPen. The kid believes Henry and decides to team up with them to take Clay down. Henry shares to the kid about his personal life and his past. He encourages him not to follow his miserable life and find a good life purpose. As they drive to a nearby town, Clay calls Junior, ordering him to escape the car. Turns out a tank has been waiting for them and fires a missile towards their car. Unfortunately, Baron is killed, but the others manage to jump out of the car. A few moments later, a group of Gemini soldiers arrive at the town and are ready to ambush them. There is also a masked soldier who starts shooting them with a machine gun. Henry and Danny team up to eliminate the soldiers one by one. They later are cornered since the soldiers keep coming and they decide to hide in a house. Danny is shot in the leg and they are out of ammo. Meanwhile, Junior confronts his adoptive father, telling him to withdraw the attack. Clay tells him that killing Henry is necessary, but Junior finally refuses to obey the order and attacks Clay. He eventually manages to knock Clay out and runs to help Henry and Danny. He arrives on time and eliminates the emerging soldiers. After everyone is eliminated, the armored and masked soldier confronts them, shooting them with specialized weapon. It's a 3 versus 1 situation and the soldier is immune to bullets. Surprisingly, the soldier is also immune to fire after Danny tries to burn him down. Left with no option, Junior grabs the weapon and starts shooting at him ruthlessly until he is taken down. They take off the mask, revealing that the soldier is another clone of Henry, but at a younger age than Junior. Clay regains his consciousness and finds the others. He tells Henry that he should be flattered because he was the inspiration behind all this. He tells them that the real purpose of creating Gemini is to produce perfect soldiers that feel no pain and fear, thus no Americans have to die again due to wars. Junior points his gun at Clay, attempting to kill him, but Henry stops him, as he doesn't want him to feel the same remorse and trauma from killing people. He grabs the gun and kills the CEO himself. The Gemini program is subsequently shut down and every clone has been taken care of. At the end of the movie, Henry meets Danny at the college where Junior now has changed his name into Jackson Brogan, which is Henry's mother's maiden name. Finally has his official identity and intends to pursue his future in the engineering world. This is the story of the movie Gemini Man. If you like this video, please subscribe for more videos like this, turn on the notification, and leave a like to help the channel's algorithm, and wait for the next Monday Night Mystery. And thank you.